Hello everybody, how you doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Salsa and Bachata, where I break down Salsa and Bachata. My name's Alexandros, I'm from the Island of Cyprus, and in this YouTube channel, except combinations of course, we also break down techniques, spinning, musicality, and questions that you might have in the comments. And I had one of those questions about how can you do freestyle in each different song and make it look different? How can I freestyle? Dancing is not only about moving your feet and moving your hands, it's also about thinking correctly. So let's just get this out of the way, tell me if you agree. If you watched enough salsa videos, freestyle, social dancing, you've noticed that like 3 basic ways people do it. They are like from beginning to end, combination, which I will not disagree in any of them because, for example, a very good leader that's getting with a very good partner, 3.5 minutes of non-song combinations, I wouldn't want to watch it again, but I've got to be very glad that I watched it because I'm going to be like, holy crap, what was that? Was that a show? Yeah, you could say they're showing off, but that's their level and that's how they dance. A second way would be somewhere in the middle where we do combinations and let go of the lady and go back to her. And the third and last way would be moving around up and down with the song combination. Well, you know what I mean? Cross-body lead, progressional turns, changing directions all the time. Or how don't you stay standing put and doing handworks like the Cuban? All right, so even if it's a crossbody or whatever, that has to do with what we're talking about. Now that we are about aware of how much, and each one of them, it's how much percentage we put, because in music, you can really hear the changes happening. And in my suggestion is that you have to learn as many combinations first as you can to get the confidence when you dance with the lady that you're not gonna run out. And you're gonna pass through that stage of doing a lot of combinations, and then after you learn them, you're just gonna start saying, okay, there's something else missing. That's your own style, and you're gonna wanna let go of the lady. It's part of it, is the descarga part, okay? Or the other parts I mentioned, it's where the music changes into a slower or a faster pace, because music goes up and down. It's not always, there's very few songs that just go flat and you don't listen to them because they're not very good and pleasant to the ear. So it's very important to think that I'm not gonna dance from beginning to end, by my personal opinion, combinations. I will do that only to start with. Then you start letting go of the lady in the parts of the music that change, and you start learning footwork. With their footwork, it doesn't have to be salsa. It can be a little bit of salsa, a little bit of isolations, reggaeton, playing with your hands, doing a limbo, whatever you like, whatever style is in your background. And then find when the music changes again to the next part, from going percussions to the piano, grab the lady again. So here comes the balance, guys, and the structure. Do you want to stay and continuously stay away from your lady too long? I've seen a video of 30 seconds where they actually hold the lady away and the guy was doing his things. It was amazing from my point of view because I enjoyed the dancer doing musicality. But many people said, why do you let go of the lady for 30 seconds? And it's a little bit true, she had nothing to do but doing her races. She couldn't follow what the guy was doing. It was very difficult. So guys, you will never let go of a lady that is a beginner or an improver and doesn't know a lot of things. And how do you know? When you let her go and you see she doesn't know a lot, you dance mostly with her in combinations. But again, that takes you to the extreme side of doing too much combinations. And then the salsa will look flat because I'm always doing movements. We're coming to the third and last part of having balance of movement in space. If you do a lot of combinations that have handwork, and you're on the spot, and you're always facing this way, and you're doing either Cuban, or throwing, or spinning, or anything, or all the time on the same spot, a lot of footstep, if you're doing, Gali style, the eye will get bored. You need to move and progress. That's why we always need about 1.5 square meter, or just 1 square meter to dance, all right? So find a balance, not even 50-50, find your own balance of doing something on the spot and progressing the lady with a little, you know, if it's Cuban, with a crossbody lead in his crossbody style, and change direction. Make movements while changing directions. Then doing on the spot a few of them. You see, I'm not telling you even what to do. It could be an on the spot turn. And the last and most important advice that I can give you is, there are over 30 styles of salsa. There is the standard styles, you know, Puerto Rican and Colombian, Cuban and LA and New York and jazz. There's also R&B, there's also soul. You know, they mix a lot of songs. So where am I going with this? Try whatever, on one, on two, whatever you're dancing on, try to get the feeling of the song. Is it romantic? Is it funky? Is it smooth? Is it with a lot of posing and it needs power? Teach yourself with the basics first. If it's salsa romantica, dance with your partner and try to do all the moves with more smoothness so you fit to the music. And remember the rules of not staying always on the spot, progressing, moving up and down. But again, not always moving up and down, staying a little bit on the spot as well, so the eye doesn't get bored of up and down, up and down. Don't do full combinations, let go of the lady and do some things. And when you do the footwork, communicate with her, look at her as well. Put turn towards her and give her a wink and move away, play with the melody. And put yourself in this mold for the beginning, and then each song, because they're the same section, but there are different orders, there are different melodies, there are different instruments, you will have the fun of your life. What are the things you are not doing of the things that I mentioned in your dance? Are you staying too much on the spot? Are you always going up and down around the lady? Are you from the beginning straight away, even if it's romanticas, taking your best and most powerful combinations in a romantic song? You know, you gotta think of these things, and they are very important. And once you change that, the ladies will just want to dance with you more and more, because you help them feel the song. And that's something that I consider a gift. And when the ladies have that talent too, then you have what's called chemistry. Guys, I hope this helped. This is probably the shortest version I can say of how to freestyle for the men. See you on the next video.